As we have been going through the course, I've been teaching you a lot of concepts while covering information disclosure vulnerabilities or bugs. So previously we learned about status codes and such as we were doing that, and in this lecture we'll learn about HTTP methods, and you'll get a glimpse of my hacking or bug hunting methodology. So I have a lab right here. I'm going to include its link in the resources as usual, and I've already loaded it in here. And again, as usual, it's a simple website, and usually the way I approach pen tests or bug hunts is that I would browse the website just like a normal user, and I would click on every single possible link and use it like a normal user before I try to hack it. The reason I do this is because I want to see the normal behavior of the website so that when I break it or start playing with it, I can see when it's misbehaving. We'll talk more about this. I have a full section about this later on in the course, so don't worry about my methodology in general, but I'm just going to be mentioning it as we go. So we have a normal shop website in here. I'm going to click on the product just like a normal user, and as you can see, it's going to load the product for us. Now we're going to note in here on the top the URL changed, and we can see product ? Product is equal to 1. And remember this product right now, the giant enter key. Now, if we go back and load the next product, you can see that the product ID changed to 2. Now, in some cases, the values might not be 1 or 2, but you'll see some kind of a change in the URL in here. Going back, you can see that we have a number of other products, and if you hover over the view details, you can see that the product ID keeps increasing. So let's go back to the first one and replace this 1 with 2. And as you can see, we're going to be redirected to the second product. If we replace it with 3, we're going to be redirected to the third product. And notice the path is the same. The only thing that we're changing is the number at the end. This is because whatever number we're putting in here after the equal sign is being sent as a GET request to the web application, to the cloud or to the server where this application is running, and it's requesting a product that has an ID of number 3. So anything that you put after the equal sign in the URL bar, so whatever value you have, will be sent as a GET method to the target website. Now, this URL could take a number of shapes, so you should forget about the looks of it. You should forget about the PHP part in here. The main thing you want to be concerned about is the way we have an equal sign and a value after the equal sign. And whatever value that we have in here will be sent to the target website. This is really important to understand because we know now by manipulating this value, we can manipulate whatever being accepted or digested by the web application on the cloud, and therefore we might be able to cause it to misbehave, to either reveal information or maybe even exploit it and gain control over it. And we will see how to do that later on when we talk about other vulnerabilities and bugs. But the main thing that we want to understand right now is the value after the equal sign will be sent to the target web application, which will process that value, and therefore we can use it to manipulate this web application. Now, don't worry about what comes before the equal sign, so this could take a number of forms, and even don't worry about the PHP or the name in here. So you might go on websites and see them to be .jsp, you might not even have a file extension, or you might not even have a file name. You might just simply have a question mark, or you might not even have a question mark. If you see a value after the equal sign, you should know that this value will be sent as a GET request to the target web application. The target web application will process this value, and therefore you can use this value to manipulate this application. And that's why in here, when we're changing the number, we are able to load different products because the web application is getting this value, is getting number 3, and it's saying, okay, I need to load the product that has an ID of number 3. But let's see what happens if, for example, we give it something that doesn't exist, like a really large number. And perfect, as you can see, we caused the application to throw an error, And from this error message, we're able to deduce a number of things. For example, we're able to see that the application is trying to run some Java code in here. Also, if you look at the end, you can see that we have Apache Stratos followed by the exact version of it. And assuming you don't know what that is, and employing the bug hunter mentality or the hacker mentality that we spoke about earlier, we can simply select all of this and look it up on Google to learn more about it. And sure enough, the first result is actually a vulnerability in this particular application. So not only that you discovered an information disclosure right here that you could submit as a bug or you could include in your pentest report, we also have something that could be useful to further exploit the target application.